Okay, hello everybody. Hello friends and family, and people who stumbled upon this video on YouTube. I'm Jason, this is Melissa, my
Hi.
girlfriend. So this is about some Pokemon card stuff that basically started like a couple of months ago. I'll give the abbreviated history because there's kind of like a lot about, these are cards from my like childhood. And now I'm much older, I'm 33, submitting these cards. But basically, 2 months ago, I submitted a bunch of Pokemon cards from my childhood to a grading company. And now I've received the box from them. So I have a giant box of graded Pokemon cards. And basically, for people who don't know much about like the grading process, you send in Pokemon cards that are, as you saw them and opened them from the pack forever ago. But you need to like basically have a perfect, try to keep your cards perfectly, intact and like really good quality. Don't scratch them up. And then they'll take a look at them and they'll grade them and they'll basically give you a score 1 out of 10. So like in the upper right of this little case that they basically put the cards in, it'll say you got a 9, and that's really good, or you got a 10, it's like it's nearly perfect or basically a perfect card. And so they look at a lot of like features. They look at it with like really high resolution cameras and stuff, and go through it all, and then they give you a score, and you pay money for that process. So every card you submit, you try to. It's kind of like a little business case of like, will this card be valuable if I get it graded versus if I just try to sell it, without it being graded. So yeah, and then at the end of that, they basically put it and preserve it into this like hermetically sealed plastic case that's see-through, and you'll see it in a minute when we open them. But they lock it into this case, so now it's like authenticated and it's this grade, and now you can go sell it if you want, or add it into your collection. So people, lots of people collect graded cards because they want to collect a perfect set of every single card and the original base Pokemon. So yeah, so then also Melissa sent in like 15 cards as well. A lot of hers will be mixed in here too. I think we saw that her cards weren't as well preserved as a lot of mine were. But I was like kind of a weird kid. Brief history: I was a kid that just got these as like a gift for every Christmas, holiday, birthday, for like 5 years or something like that in a row. Um, and I had a collectibles uncle who knew how to like get binders and put them in and like keep them away. So we actually never played the game, and we never bent the cards up. We just tried to like put card number 1 here, card number 2 here, and like put them in a binder and just try to like finish out the entire collection. So mine were in pretty good condition, but the typical condition is like kind of what Melissa's were, where a lot of them are like scratched up, just like faint scratches, nothing like there's a crease in the cards, but even just like light scratches could be the difference between getting a really good score and getting like medium score. So we don't know what scores we're gonna get. No, I've purposely didn't look at any of what is in here, just to try to keep it fun and entertaining, and share the whole process with you guys. And this is also just one small batch of the cards, so there's going to be like lots and lots and lots of these. So we'll see what people think and what people have to say about it. But yeah, so we can open the box up. I want to keep this authentic. I want you guys to believe that it's all 100% genuine. So I've not even opened this box yet.
Yeah, I think he's had it here for like 3 weeks or more.
Just been patiently waiting for a good time to shoot this video. So let's open it, and then we can show you, and then we'll switch to some other cameras once we open some of them. And we'll go through them one by one. There should be about 115 around in this. Oh, okay. So they put them in smaller boxes. Okay. And they're numbered, it looks like. So
Oh, wow.
3, 4. So maybe we'll open them in the order that they're numbered. This is 5. That's 6.
It's very well packaged for the journey back home.
They also discreetly pack them as well. Oh, that's kind of interesting. There's like a little mini label in here that's got PSA on it. That's another thing too, is the company that you grade with. There's some options out there. I went with a company called PSA. That's Professional Sports Authority or something like that, but I forget what the A stands for. But they're one of the most, reputable, longest standing kind of companies. They cost maybe, similar, maybe a little bit more than some of the other ones, but just from looking, what I could tell, the cards seem to be selling for more when they're PSA graded. So I went with that. Okay, so we'll start
Let's
with
go
number one.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna pause the video and then we'll set it up so you guys can at least get some dual video of us and the cards as we take them out of here. So we'll wait 1 second.
All right, here we go.
Let's see how to even open these to begin with.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. So they look a little bit like that. You can see some. We'll open them this way so we can't tell what the card is, and we'll reveal what the grade is on camera together. So you want to hold the box, and I'll turn them over. Okay, so first one is Pokemon game Alakazam.
Okay.
And a number 8 out of 10 on it, which is pretty good. A lot of these cards, it's hard to tell. I can see some faint scratches on it, so it makes sense that this one's maybe not, perfect, but pretty good. Okay, awesome. What's over here? Number 2. Ooh, okay. Mint Pokemon
Whoa.
Hollow. That's a 5.
Oh, he got a 5.
Yeah.
Really?
I think.
Really?
I wonder. Yeah, it's card number 10 up here. That's card number 10, and this is its score was a 5.
Really?
Interesting. I wonder why this one got such a bad score out of it. Can't really tell why. I mean, there's a pretty big scratch off to the right and some light ones here, but it looked pretty good to me. Huh? Kind of curious. Okay. 5.
All right.
The goal is we'll heat up. We're gonna warm up to getting 10s on everything. Hopefully, All right, Nidoking.
Nidoking.
All right, sure. An 8 out of 10.
Okay.
So this one's got some light scratches too. I wonder. To me, like that looks like the Mewtwo looks like a better card than the Nidoking does. But interesting. Okay, let's keep going. We got a million cards, so. Keep going. All right, next one. Dark Raichu.
Okay.
There's a 7. Okay. Could be good. Oh, look at the hollow on that too. Looks awesome. Dark Raichu. Should I speed it up?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Flareon.
Really?
7. So this one I could tell there's like lots of scratches on it.
I wonder.
It makes sense. 7's probably a pretty good score for.
This one?
Yeah, for that. I took a lot of notes too on these cards when I submitted them, so I can always go back and like compare to make sure that I saw what they saw beforehand. If not, okay. Sorry, I flipped this one over. This one's a regular Raichu, not the Team Rocket version that we just saw. But base set. Looks pretty good. I'm kind of curious too. They were like, you remember they said there was like Italian versions of cards in this? Mm-hmm. And I tried to correct them online. I was like, I didn't submit any Italian cards. I'm kind of curious if they like put them in misgraded some of these as Italian ones or not, but we'll see.
That would be really weird.
All right, Jolteon. Sorry, did you want to come over more to see him?
No, I can see him.
That looks pretty sweet. Jolteon from Jungle set. And I actually have a bunch of these cards. I'm going to be submitting more of them. So this is a 7. So we're getting some 7s. 7s aren't probably great. Those are like break even sort of pricing for them. I mean, it varies. Every card is totally different. So, all right, here's another Nidoking. This one's a 7.
The last one was a 7 too.
Yeah. Similar, the hollows aren't perfect. Mm-hmm. It looks pretty good. It's probably hard even on camera to see what is being picked up as like, a 7 in their mind. They use like very detailed, strict ratings. Yeah, strict ratings and like really high resolution like cameras to even do it. So, here's another Jolteon. Okay, that is another 7. Some more light scratches on the hollow. Nothing crazy. Okay, interesting.
And again, you haven't like touched any of these cards since you were a kid.
Yeah, no, I like did, as minimal playing with them as possible and tried to keep them like perfect. So, all right, here's the base Venusaur. Looks like I got an 8 on that. Now that one looks really good to me. I'd say I can't see any scratches in the hollow. Maybe a super faint one, and the spacing is another thing they look at. So like this side has more gap than the left side, so that's probably what kept it from being a 9 out of 10, but an 8's probably pretty good. All right, next one up is Pidgeot.
Pidgeot,
Yeah, that one looks pretty good. A little light. Scratches, I'd say. A 7. Here, I can move these down a little bit so you can see the last one. All right, next one. Snorlax.
Really?
A 7. No symbol on the Snorlax, so that's what they say up here, is because it's missing its symbol, like on this old jungle one. These are actually both jungle, but this one's missing a symbol. So there's some variations and uniqueness sometimes on them. Yeah, there's some light scratches on the hollow, I'd say, but the card looks pretty good other than that.
Yeah, pretty decent condition.
Okay. All right, next up, Articuno, 7. Man, we're getting 7s. We're getting stuck in the 7 train.
Yeah, they're like very picky.
Lights, definitely a lot of light scratches on this one for a 7, so, and some spacing issues. Okay.
These were all in order when you submitted them, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're not in order now that I'm getting it back, but yeah, like here's a Snorlax. This might be one of yours, right?
I don't remember.
See.
We're gonna have to.
We'll have to check, which 15 or whatever you submitted, but
Yeah.
this one's got a lot more scratches than the other one, so that one's got a 6 on it. All right, keep it going. We got a lot of cards. Okay, Butterfree. This is like kind of a unique one. There's this weird misprint on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually edition D. And so like it's Butterfree, a D edition error. And for some reason I got a 5 on it.
Yeah.
I wonder why they graded it so bad. Like a lot of these non-hollow cards, you can't even tell there's been anything wrong with it. And yet they gave it a 5. Odd.
I don't know what they
I'll have to look into that one.
look for.
I don't know if that one's super valuable or not, but okay. Kangaskhan. There's an 8 out of 10. Now this one's like the hollow looks, perfect to me. Maybe the corners are a little bit weird on it. Beautiful card though. Okay. Next one is Dark Vileplume. First edition.
Pretty good.
Yeah, some light scratches I see on the hollow. And then this corner's a little goofed up. So pretty sweet for a 7. Okay, last one in the first box is Dark Charizard. Ooh, there's a good one to get a high score on. Is a 9 on this.
That's good.
All the Charizards, people probably already know, but they're much more valuable. So getting a good score on that one makes up a lot of the difference for the other cards as well. But yeah, pretty sweet. Awesome.
Nice.
Maybe that one paid for all the others, maybe. Okay, box number dos. All right. Box number 2. Here, why don't I just pull the whole slab out? What? You look terrified. There. Now they're sitting at least face down, and I can just grab them. All right, here we go. Next up, Dark Arbok Hollow.
That's
This
pretty
one's
good.
a 9. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll start a really good pile.
Yeah, they like
The
put all
decents to the really goods. We'll put the really goods to the right.
It'll save the best for last, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Next one up. Another Dark Arbok. This one a 7 though. So can't really tell. Yeah, there's light scratches on this one.
Okay.
All right.
Started off strong.
Here we go. First edition Dark Raichu. A 7. Interesting. Yeah, this one's scratched up. Definitely scratched up a lot. Interesting. What first edition? All right. Next up, Hypno. This one's an 8.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty nice looking. All right, here we go. Electrode, no symbol. That's an 8. Yeah, some light scratches. If I hadn't said it before too, the way Pokemon cards are is like, it's almost like tinfoil, like a perfect new sheet of tinfoil. And if you touch it at all, like you've scratched it. So like these cards being from forever ago and being even put in a binder or touching another card and, you know, they take one road trip down the road and they're moving and jostling around, like that's already putting scratches on the cards. So it's really hard to have like mint condition cards. I'm no expert, you know, I'm just like getting into this, but you know, you can see in any magnifying glass, under any magnifying glass, you can tell like there's lots of little scratches on them. So, all right, next up, Shining Mewtwo. Ooh, this is a good one to get a good score on.
Oh yeah.
These are the rare, more sought after groups. So a lot of the base ones are really good, and then these shining cards, light and dark versions of Pokemon, are really good. So this is actually
That's awesome.
pretty awesome to get a really good score on that. Yeah, and there's like a light scratch, I can tell, maybe a couple light scratches on the card, but really good. That's definitely going in the keeper pile. All right. Here we go. Fortress Hollow, and that's an 8. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, Jolteon Hollow, no symbol. Definitely some scratches on it. Interesting card, but not bad. Okay, Raikou.
Okay.
So this is a card I've already submitted once before. I only submitted like 15 cards before, but the beginning of COVID sort of time frame, 2021, but maybe middle towards later half of 2021. And this one came back as like I think the other card's like a 9 that I have. So we could even try to compare, but. And, you know, it's like when you look at these cards, like, what's the difference? Pretty hard to tell. When the one on the right, I could see some faint scratches definitely in the background, but
Yeah.
definitely more. But, you know, what's a 7 versus an 8? You got to be a professional grader, I guess, to tell.
Know the difference.
And you got to gamble like me to find out. All right, next one. Politoed, 8.
I love that card. It's
Pretty
so
cool.
cute.
Yeah, it is a really cool looking card. Some light scratches on it, I can tell.
Politoed.
Magneton from Fossil. So yeah, here's like one where they said it's an Italian card. And actually, they're right. This
Is
is
it
an
really?
Italian card. Interesting.
Oh wow, that's funny.
I must have missed that I had an Italian card mixed in here.
Debolezza.
Sonica Boom, non applicare, debolezza e autodistruzione. Interesting. Well, that's funny.
Wow.
Who knows how rare or not rare Italian versions of cards are, but
If you know, let us
Yeah.
find out.
okay. keep going. Shining Raichu. Here's another good card to get a really good score on. So I was in that COVID batch that I sent in. I only sent in 15 cards to test the waters. Now I'm submitting like 100 at a time. This one's the only one that I got a perfect 10 on thus far, and I got a 9 on this one. So I guess I got good luck with this card.
Yeah, I do. That's awesome.
But it looks really good, and this one sold for a lot of money when it was a 10. 9 sell for significantly less than 10s, but still awesome to get a 9 on it. Okay, Dark Sizer. Sizer, whatever you want to call it. So that is a 7. I definitely can see a lot of light scratches on that one. Here, why don't I get this stack out of here? So can you take these? Put them, maybe stack them back in a box. I'll keep going. Okay, Flareon, no symbol. This one, the hollow looks really good. There's some light scratches if you catch it at the right angle. But pretty good overall. All right, Light Azumarill hollow. Looks pretty solid. That hollow's like damn near perfect. Maybe one extremely faint scratch in the upper right. But that's a good one. Got a 9 on that card.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's Light Azumarill.
Nice.
All right. Here we go. Giovanni's Gyarados.
Ooh.
Now there's a 9. Interesting.
Nice.
That's a good score.
Yeah.
The hollow looks pretty damn near perfect. I wonder what held me back from a 10, you know? Maybe a corner, maybe some spacing. Tough to tell. All right, Lugia. This is always a crazy valuable card. Like, if you get a 10 on this card, it's worth, like, tens of thousands of dollars. This one, I knew it wasn't going to be a 10 because there's a lot of, like, faint scratches, but it's a valuable card in general. So pretty sweet. This one's a 7. I think I got the other one I submitted was, like, an 8, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they grade this card pretty hard, too,
Yeah.
honestly, just because how valuable it is. You know, who knows? But, all right. Shining Celebi. This is another really good card, I think, to get a high grade on. I got a 9 on it, so pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the hollow looks really good, too. Put that in the keeper.
Yeah.
All right, last one from box 2 is another Shining Celebi and another 9 on that. Wow.
Wow.
That's
Very
cool.
lucky. Shining Celebi and Shining Raichu.
These Shining cards, I should have just collected. I should go back 20 plus years ago and collect more of those, you know?
All right.
Box number tray. No trace. Also, we're shooting this on Christmas Eve as well, so hence the holiday attire. All right. Another stack of Pokemon cards. Dark Charizard First Edition, 9 on it.
Dude.
That's pretty sick. That
So
is
wait,
pretty
this one's not
sick.
a shiny hollow one. It's just a...
No, it's not.
Oh, cool. That's
Right.
pretty good.
But it's a 9. And you'd think that, I certainly thought that like any non-hollow card, I'll get like a much higher score. Still seems like they're like that Butterfree D card, like they graded it really hard still, and like gave it a 5, you know?
Mm.
I'm like, what? I wonder what they can even tell is wrong with it from the image, and maybe they just grade
the
the
misprint.
No, the misprint is its own unique version of the card, actually. So it's not like, oh, because it's screwed up that way that they grade it lower. No, it's actually its own thing, and then they genuinely look at that card out of all the ones that are the error version of that card. Well, how does it, compare? So they must still come up with ways to say that that one's worse than a perfect, with the spacing and the corners and how they cut the corners. Okay. Here's the next one, Erica's Venusaur. Definitely lots of light scratches on this one. Lots. So 7, I'd take it, honestly, on that one. That one doesn't look too great.
It's not even lower than
Yeah. All right.
For alligator.
What is it?
For alligator.
For alligator?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. Hollows are scratched a bit. I know there's another one of these in here, and this was also like a really valuable card.
Oh, okay.
Here's a cool one, Mew.
Reverse hollow.
Yeah, so this is a reverse hollow card where the picture's actually not holographic, but the card is. The rest of the card is. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is. I'll have to look that up to see if this one's actually a misprint on that, because it's probably supposed to be called the reverse hollow. But I can see there's lots of scratches on it. Reverse hollow, you have even more card to have to worry about not scratching, so not bad. But honestly, like, this is just like such a cool card. I mean, I'm figuring out which ones I'd want to even just collect from this massive trove of cards, and some of these like this are just so cool looking. I might keep those. All right, next up, Pichu.
Ooh.
Pichu with an 8. This is from the Neo Genesis. This one's like a cool one too because it's from like Pokemon Islands, which is kind of interesting. Interesting set, like a kind of a rare one. You know, it's Southern Islands too. You know, it's like all these Pokemons are a bunch of islands over there, and they're kind of rare varieties of them.
Mew.
This one's just such a cool card, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the hollow in the background.
Right.
And it's pretty freaking cute. It's like a little 30 HP Pokemon. Some light scratches. I think, sure, I guess it's an 8. It's probably too scratched up to be a 9, to be honest. Now that you can tell more under the light. All right, keep going. Here's a Raikou.
Okay.
It has another 7.
All right.
It's another tough kind of grade on it. Definitely some scratches on it. Like, you can see them, right? Can you see from there?
Yeah.
Scratches in the upper right. I think it's too faint to see on a camera. You have to see them in first person, so I'll take my word for it. All right, Espeon. That's an 8. Pretty cool, though. Kind of a very faint hollow. You know, they only have a couple of spots in there that are actually hollowed on it. All right, Slowking.
Another reverse hollow.
Yeah, it's an 8. Reverse hollow. Pretty cool card. To me, it looks pretty perfect. So interesting.
Maybe the spacing.
Yeah. Spacing. No, spacing looks good. And the corners look good on that one too. Surprised it didn't get better. Okay. There's another Politoed. This one has some scratching. Definitely lots of scratching on it. So 7's not too bad. It's just a cool card. All right. Here's another one. This one again, 7. They're gonna grade these hard.
Yeah, they did.
Tough cards. All right. Scissor, as you like to say. Skizzers. This one's really good, though. 9 on this one. Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, just some very faint scratch on it.
We have yet to find it.
No 10s yet. Espeon. So now here's this, like a different, I think this is a different version. This one's number 1 in the set for Neo Discovery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, way more hollow.
Yeah. A 7 on it. Interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of scratches on it. The lower left of that hollow. You know, if I turn like the lights off on this giant, you know, little box that all these LEDs shining on it, like, you can't tell. You know, you just holding the card in your hand, you can't tell at all that it's like great or awful. This is like just a collector's world where they beam it with light and they're like, oh, there's a little micro scratch here. Not a perfect, you know.
It's not a 10.
Yeah. All right, next one up. Ooh. Another Skizzer. So yeah, now this one came in a lot worse. Lots more scratches that I can tell.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
But a 7, not bad. I'd take that for sure for that card.
It's actually gracious.
Yeah. All right, Celebi Hollow 8. Pretty cool. I see some a faint scratch on the hollow. Maybe a couple over here. Tough to tell, but okay, eight's all right. All right, Dark Skizzer.
Wow.
Here we go. Here's a 9 on that.
These guys.
Now that looks really good, yeah. Really, really good. Cool. Another keeper. All right, we'll keep the 9s over here. Ooh, here's another 9. All right, Umbreon. Pretty cool. Umbreon Hollow. All right, Houndoom. So this is like another card that's really valuable, but also very easily scratched. It's probably why they're pretty valuable too. Just aside from them being sought after, it's like hard to have kept this one in good quality. Like the Lugias seem like they're super easy to scratch.
Yeah.
I'd say that in general, but it seems like they just grade them harder, you know. Probably it's also different too because people submit like 1,000 of one variety of card, but they submit 5 of another, you know. And so if you're in the 5, you're submitting the 6th card out of the group of 5, they'll go much easier on you versus the ones where there's thousands of these or tens of thousands of cards that have been submitted. They're like, you know, it's very competitive to be a 10. You have to be like really, really, really good.
Yeah.
To make that, you know, benchmark for it. So, all right. Well, that's a 7.
Me.
Sad. Very sad. All right. Typhlosion 7.
Seriously?
This one, you know, you can see some scratches. There's a decent. To the untrained eye, I'd say that this was an 8. It's getting a 7 or close to a 9. They must have graded it harder for some other reason. Or they just did me dirty. I don't know. Okay, next one up. Dark Charizard 8, first edition. This is a cool one. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's lots of scratches off to the right on it. Hard to see, but off over here there are some scratches. You can't even see them in the camera. You can only see them in person, but that's pretty sweet. I know that's a valuable card, so it goes to the right. All right, last one in the box 2 is Articuno 7. Not bad.
That was box 3 already. We're halfway.
Oh, box 3?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Let's go. Box 4. Take these out. Here's this. This is kind of cool too, the way they make their boxes. Professionally done. All right, next one. For Alligator 7. Definitely a scratched up card, for sure. I see that. I was really hoping one of those would be perfect because they're worth a boatload of money on those two. All right, here's another Typhlosion. This one's pretty good. That's an 8. I mean, to me, this looks like a perfect card. Like, the hollow's amazing. The corners look really good. To me, that's a 9. What are you going to do? Okay. Next card up. Mr. Mime from Jungle. Definitely little scratches. An 8. All right. Zoomeril. That's a 9. That's pretty good.
The other one got a 9 too, right?
Did it?
Not
Might have. You might be right. I think there was a light Azumarill in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the other one.
Wow, Skizzer, Azumarill.
I'll just trade all my cards in for those cards and then exclusively get those graded because I'm lucky on those cards, I guess. Meta strats. All right, next one. Unknown. These are kind of funny because there's just like tons of them and they're all different letters. Like this is letter A, unknown, but I think I've submitted it because it looked like it held some value and it was like a nice hollow card. So, but an 8, we'll have to look up, see what an 8 costs. Miracle Energy. These are kind of cool. So this is of all the boring energy cards you can get, this one's actually pretty cool. Miracle Energy. So, and I got a 9 on it.
Nice.
Look that up. I think they were over $100 for 10s, so could be something to. All right, Surfing Pikachu.
Really?
I gotta stop this thing from autofocusing. It's doing it too much. Stop. There. Okay. Surfing Pikachu.
Wow.
A 4.
Yeah.
How is this a 4? I mean, it is kind of cut at an angle, maybe, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's like the lowest.
That's the lowest card I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I feel like I submitted the one that looked the best, too. Who knows?
Maybe because it's a promo or something.
Part of the learning card. No, it shouldn't be anything like that. All right, Erica's Venusaur. This one's scratched to smithereens, so 7s, not too bad. Pidgeot, 8. Pretty good. Hollow looks really good on that one, actually. Go. Nidoking, man, there's like 3 of them in here now. I feel like they all got 8s too, or something,
really?
right? Maybe someone got 7s. That's not too bad. Mr. Mime. A 7. Interesting. That one looks pretty good to me. Ninetales. There's an 8 on that. Cool. Dark Typhlosion. 8s.
Wow, that looks good though.
Right? That hollow looks really good on that one. Huh. Wonder why this one wasn't anymore. Yeah, that one looks really good, you know? They didn't upcharge me at all, so I sort of knew like nothing wild happened because normally they're like, you know, you paid $15 a card or $20 a card versus you paid $50 a card. There's a range of like value that's allowed to be in there, and if it goes above, you know, they're like, oh, this is a perfect card you submitted. You know, it's worth 10 times worth what the 9 would be. Then they upcharge you and they're like, you need to sign this to pay more for the grading. And they didn't do that at all. So I knew like nothing crazy happened, but I just didn't know any of these grades. And I could have looked, but I didn't. But interesting, you know, some of these it's like, why isn't it a couple grades higher? You don't know. All right, Raichu. Here's a 9 for Pokemon Fossil.
Is it a hollow?
It's pretty good. This is not a hollow card, no. Interesting, but I could see there's spacing on this one, so it's really hard for me. That's part of I have to learn is like the non-hollow cards. How are they grading them? You know, they seem like it's significantly different. Like it's easier for a hollow thing to just tell. It's a ton of scratches. Like it's super marked up. Like they're gonna discount you on those. But a non-hollow, like that's a 9 versus that other Surfing Pikachu one. That's a 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like. They
Perfect.
look super similar to me. Dark Arbok. Hollow. It's a 7. Too bad. I'd say definitely some scratches I can see on it. Sure. Oops, we don't turn them over yet. Lapras.
Lapras.
7. Definitely scratches.
Ooh.
Dragonite.
Oh.
5.
On a non-hollow.
Yeah, I see some markings, right? I see some markings on that card. Bummer. It seems not too bad. Probably out of the light, but under it, it's definitely marked up. Another Pidgeot. This one's way worse. Definitely some scratches all over the place, but 6 nonetheless. So not too bad. This is box 4, Ron?
Yeah, so we're on 5.
Hey, here we go. Another Lugia. This one was like crazy marked up, though.
So
7's actually pretty
generous.
good, yeah. Definitely generous on it. Cool. All right, keep them going. All right, Scyther, an 8. That one looks really good. I mean, just the faintest of scratch on it that I can even tell. Dark Gyarados first edition, an 8 on that. Definitely a lot of light scratches on that one, but pretty good overall. I don't know. That's a tough one, whether it goes to the left or the right. I'll pick right. Moltres, an 8. That hollow looks like perfect, you know, to me.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why that's an 8. Maybe there's a tiny dot in the lower right. Oh, there are some light scratches over there. Giovanni's Gyarados. So lots of light scratches on this one. 7. Not crazy. All right. Dark Dragonite, 8. And the hollow looks really good. Really good. Card overall looks really solid.
They're so strict on the grading.
Yeah. Rough. All right, here we go. Erica's Venusaur. This one looks pretty good. Definitely some lots of faint scratches, so 8's probably not too bad on that. Here we go, another Flareon, no symbol. This one's an 8. That's pretty good. I'll give you a stack of these. Alright. Dark Alakazam Hollow. First edition. Wow, they destroyed me on this one. 5?
A 5?
That's crazy. Like for what? I wonder why. Huh. That's nuts. To get a 5 on that. The hollows, sure, there's some scratches, but lighter than a lot of other cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Hypno, first edition, 9. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Get a first edition 9. That's a keeper. Dark Raichu, 7. Some light scratches, sure. Okay, Giovanni's Persian, an 8. I remember submitting these too because like they're super valuable. The hollow on this is really, really good. Some light scratches though. So 8 seems probably appropriate. Maybe it was a 9. Misty's Gyarados. Definitely some scratches on this card, so 8's not bad. I'll take that. All right, Rocket's Mewtwo, 9. Here we go.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Pretty solid. That one does look really good. All right. Another Misty's Gyarados. Another 8. Interesting. Funny because this one looks a lot better than the other one. A lot better. Interesting. Spacing also looks really good. Well, there's some spacing at the bottom compared to the top. The top's narrower. Okay. Trade scratches for spacing and you get the same grade. Koga's Beedrill, 7.
Wow, the hollow looks really good on that.
It's really good. There's some light scratches on there, but to me those are 8. Those are PSA 8 scratches, not PSA 7 scratches, so I disagree with the experts. Here's another one. So now we can see the brilliance and unbelievable difference between an 8 and a 7, which to me looks like the same number of scratches, you know? And spacing is really similar between these two cards. Corners actually look better on this card than this one, so what are you gonna do? Okay, Sabrina's Gengar, 6. Jeez. Got wrecked. Spacing's pretty bad. I mean, the top and the bottom spacing's rough, and the scratches are decently bad, but I don't think it's a 6. Giovanni's Persian, a 5. Wow. Brutal. Brutal.
So bad.
Savage. Unknown A. There's a 7 on it. Definitely some scratches on that one. All right. Next box.
We're on the last one.
Last one. Come on. I want a perfect. We got to get a perfect. Otherwise, Christmas won't be complete.
Oh boy, here we go.
I didn't submit any crazy ones in here. I'd say maybe the Dark Charizard ones.
We had like a bunch of Charizard, Lugia.
Yeah, nothing like insane. I mean, the Lugia cards,
Mewtwo.
those could have been good, but they had been perfects. It was roll the dice kind of submissions on this one. Wasn't like nuts. There's another submission I got that's going to be pretty dang good. So, I mean, I have probably 600 cards to submit, so this is a batch, of them. All right, Dark Dragonite First Edition 9. This is a non-holo card, but
wow,
they liked
a lot
it.
of high grades on the non-holos.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're easier overall. Flying Pikachu, 6.
You got a 6?
Man,
Really?
they don't like these cards.
They don't like flying promos, I swear.
There is a gouge in the lower left. I can see this. You see that gouge right here? Right. I gotta get the light out of it. That's a gouge. Okay. Magneton, not the Italiano version. Regular. That's an 8. It's pretty good. This holo is perfect. Couldn't have a better holo. Spacing looked amazing. I think I got robbed.
Really?
Yeah, I think I may have to change the way I submit in the future. So, all right, Dragonite 7. Definitely some scratches on it. Lots. So that is a 7. Surfing Pikachu. Here we go. Here's an 8.
Wow.
Amazing. It's unbelievably better than the other one we just saw. Flying Pikachu.
But yeah.
God only knows. All right. Keep going. Vaporeon. There's like a billion of these that have been graded. They're not super rare. I mean, for being a holo, sure they're rare, but they're not like amongst the rares that rare. And they're all like scratched up really bad. It seems like super easy card to have scratched up. But if you get a perfect one, I think it's like $2,000 for a 10. Which is nuts. I think 9s are like 200 maybe, something
So
like
like
that.
10% of that.
Who knows what a 7's worth? Maybe like $50 or something like that. But let's hope. All right, Typhlosion 7.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Tough. Yeah, I think they're hard on these cards. Same. But really beautiful card.
So good.
I think an 8. I would have voted 8. Chansey got destroyed. This is a Melissa card for sure. This
How
one's
do you
so
know?
marked up. Like, this is probably the most scratched Apollo we've seen. That's a
Really?
5, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I remember that there was a Chansey you submitted, and a Chansey I had too. So there's got to be another Chansey in here.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Dark Typhlosion 7.
They don't want to give a higher grade for Typhlosion.
No, and this one looks really good. Wow, 7. Okay, Lapras. Pretty solid card. Not sure why it's getting not graded so well for a 7. Flying Pikachu. Wow, there's an 8. You know. They probably compared my 2 cards and they're like, this one's trash, and this one's like, wow, it's way better than the other one. So
Really?
leg up for this one, leg down for the other one. Here we go. Here's a cool one. Charizard 9. At least they hooked me up. They hooked me up on some of the like really good cards.
Yeah, they did.
So there you go.
It's not a total disappointment.
That's pretty sweet.
They love your Charizards.
They like my
Are you
Charizards.
kidding me? You've gotten a high grade on like most
All
of
of
them.
them. Like all of them have been like 9s. Dark Charizard. Here's another 9. First edition 9.
They just love Charizard.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. Those are going to pay off really well. Whoops. Grab them from the wrong pile. Giovanni's Persian 7. Rough. I don't think any of those cards got graded well. And I was really hoping one of them would hit. Dragonite. Here's a 9.
That's great.
That's sweet. For a non-holo card.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. So apologies, by the way, everybody who's watching this on video. Like, I have this little box for viewing them. And it's got lots of really bright LEDs. And these things are reflective, so it's kind of hard to... I'll get better in the future. Oh, another 9, man.
Are you serious?
Both of them are 9s.
Wow.
That's awesome. Huh. What do I got to do to get a 10?
Yeah, tell us.
What do I have to do?
Grader, tell us what to do.
Well, that's pretty sweet. Flying Pikachu 8. Pretty cool.
I just love it.
I do like those little... These are, I think... So these cards, if people remember them, I think I got them from the movie. They're a promotional from the going and seeing the Pokemon movie. And they gave you a pack if you came. And like when you were leaving the movie theater, they like would give you a pack of the cards. And I was super lucky that day too to like... I don't think we saw the movie a bunch of times. We might have seen the movie a couple times because we loved it so much or whatever. But I was like the last one out of the theater, and the guy gave me like 3 packs. He was like, "Here you go, kid. Just like you can have like more than the one that you're allowed." And so I was like, "Yeah." So I think some of these came from. I had a bunch of packs, and these are like the common ones too. I don't even know. I don't know if they even had hollows in the promo. I'd have to go look it up, but they might not have had a hollow at all in the promo.
Well, the Mew, Tropical Mew, hollow promo.
Was it a promo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So they did have some rare ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that
came from that pack, though.
Yeah, or maybe I got it from somewhere else. But that's why I do have like a good number of these Pikachus, because I got a couple extra packs anyways. Long story short. All right, Rocket Scyther, 7 on it. I think the hollow's scratched, but to an 8 level, I'd say. Light Azumarill. Oh, okay, so this is one of the ones where I was getting graded really well, and now I'm not. So definitely some light scratches. That's last one. So for something good. 7. Rocket Scyther.
Okay.
So, pretty good. I mean, my stack of really goods is pretty big. You know, I'd say that's
20 cards at least.
yeah. You know,
Out of
20's
100.
worth. So pretty sweet. Well, that's it. I will keep you guys updated. Give me some feedback and some comments if you like the video, and I can do some more and post some more of these and step up my video editing skills. But anything you want to say?
That was super fun.
Yeah. Hope you guys had fun like we did. And selling them is going to be a whole nother issue, and collecting some will be keeping some will be another, interesting piece of this whole journey. So, but thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.